We're again talking UConn women's basketball here in this all-new video from the Hoop Central YouTube channel. As always, Hamilton Neal here joining you. Thank you so very much for taking the time to watch. As we say at the top of every single video, we got a ton of content coming up here in the year 2022. You're not going to want to miss a single upload. So make sure that you're caught up on all of our releases and everything that we're putting out right now. Make sure to subscribe to our Hoop Central YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell, and when you do that, you're going to be notified whenever we put out a new video. Make sure you don't miss any new release. Give this video a like, leave a comment as well. All of those things are helping this channel grow in so many ways. You are a part of it. Thank you so very much yet again. Today here in this video, we're going to give you some updates with some things going on with UConn women's basketball right now. We're going to go over the Huskies' last game against St. John's, a 75-57 win, go over some stats, break down that game. We'll talk a little bit about Paige Bueckers off of crutches, getting closer to a return at this point, and take a look at a huge upcoming game February 6th against number 4 Tennessee. First thing I want to do is kind of recap the St. John's game, which was back on Sunday. 75-57 win for the Huskies. That win got them to 11-4 on the season. And as we've talked about so much with this team over the last month or so, great performance from Caroline Ducharme. 28 points to lead the Huskies. New career high for Caroline Ducharme there. Dorka Juhas had 16 points. Avina Westbrook had 11. Nika Meal had 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Balanced, versatile stat line there for her. She had a career high 11 in the previous game against Seton Hall. She's continuing to get more aggressive shooting, and that's obviously something that UConn fans have been talking about, how passive at times Nika has been on the offensive end. Everyone's been talking about her shooting the basketball a little bit more and becoming more of a factor as a scorer. I think she's done that. In the Seton Hall and St. John's games, she's continued to get more aggressive. She's continued to get more confident in her ability to score, but not losing that ability to find people, to rebound the basketball so well for her size at the point guard spot. Very important that she plays consistently coming up, because Paige Bueckers isn't coming back quite yet. She just got off crutches about 2 weeks ago. Not too long ago she got off crutches. She is shooting again. She is getting into some of the workouts and stuff like that, but not going to get on the floor yet for another extended period of time. Could be a couple more weeks. There's no official timetable for a return. When she first underwent surgery, it was about an 8-week period. We're maybe looking at 3 weeks from now or so where she can realistically try to come back. But the most important thing for UConn is that they don't rush her back, because they want Paige Bueckers at 100% for the end of the season, which is really the thing that matters the most. The game coming up against number 4 Tennessee, that is the only huge test left. I mean, they got DePaul coming up. Whenever you may be watching this video, that game may be going on. It could be completed. Again, just depends on when you're watching this video right now. They got a game with Marquette as well. Rest of their Big East games, super winnable. Tennessee's really the last big test, because their game against number 1 South Carolina has been canceled. It won't be made up this season. South Carolina instead going to play Ole Miss. That day they were supposed to play UConn. Huskies had a game against DePaul set for earlier in the year. Huskies had a game set with DePaul earlier in the season. Now they're going to go ahead and make up that game. So the matchup against number 4 Tennessee, very important for UConn. That's really their last chance to get a huge resume boosting win. And if they are to take down the Lady Vols, it would be a huge deal, because Tennessee right now ranked 4th overall in the AP poll, 18-1 overall. Their only loss is to Stanford, obviously one of the best teams in the country as well. A lot of scoring threats on this team. Jordan Horston leading the way at 15.4 per night. Tamari Key averaging 10.1. Alexis Dye at 9.9. Ray Burrell averaging 9 points a game. She's only played 7 of their games, though, due to injury. She's just starting to move her way back into that lineup. Thing to watch in this matchup with Tennessee is their defense. Tamari Key individually is one of the best players in the country on the defensive end, and as a team collectively, they are one of the best as well. They rank 18th in opponents' points per game. They're only giving up 54.5 there. They're 4th in opponents' points per 100 possessions, 74.2, and their average margin of victory this season, 17.1 points. That ranks 14th in the country. Obviously, some of these wins are non-conference against some of the bottom-shelf SEC teams, but 18-1 is 18-1. They're an outstanding basketball team. Kelly Harper is definitely a Coach of the Year candidate, because you look at the way Tennessee's been the last couple of years, they're always a team with high expectations, and they somehow seem to underwhelm every single year. This year, they've exceeded expectations. They've done an incredible job at utilizing their personnel, becoming a defense-first team, and then getting their own on the offensive end. That's why this team can win a national championship this year. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Some might not agree, and that's okay, but I think that Tennessee is definitely a championship contender because of their elite defense. Again, we mentioned top 20 in scoring defense, 4th in opponents' points per 100 possessions. Those stats are very key, and they're such a big deal when you're talking about this matchup with UConn, especially because UConn's scoring just inside the top 70 nationally in scoring offense. But more important than that is the way they move the basketball, limiting turnovers. The Oregon game was marred by turnovers, by lack of three-point shooting, and watch for those things as they continue to play without Paige, Bueckers, azzi, fudd, Aubrey Griffin as well, who's out for the season. The way they move the basketball, the way they're disciplined. Without Paige Bueckers, they're going to have to be extra good at protecting the basketball, moving the basketball as well, finding consistent offensive flow. That's been a big issue for them. Caroline Ducharme, in Paige Bueckers' absence, has become UConn's most important player and has been UConn's best player since Paige Bueckers went down. 28 against St. John's, continuing to lead them in scoring really in every single game almost. Since Paige Bueckers went out, her ascension is going to make UConn such a dangerous team. Before Paige's injury, Caroline Ducharme wasn't contributing as much. She wasn't getting as many opportunities. In this opportunity with Fudd out and with Bueckers out, she has responded, and she has answered the call, and she's done that very well. So a lot of things to look forward to here with this UConn women's basketball team. Obviously, we'll talk about all their upcoming matchups. DePaul, we'll have a recap of that coming up very soon. We'll talk about their upcoming matchups post-DePaul as well. Look at Paige Bueckers' return. We're going to have a big piece on her coming up as well, so stay tuned for that video. Stay tuned for all the updates that we have. Women's Basketball Now, new episode out there. Continue to click on that one. Episode about Sarah Strong, top 2024 recruit. Hoop Central podcast coming back around. We'll get that back in the swing of things, and we thank you so very much for yet again taking the time to watch. As we mentioned at the top of this video, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. This is Hamilton Neal signing off. Thanks for watching.